Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm here at ASPERS Casino. I've never been in a casino before. I'm with Joseph, and he's about to teach me how to play roulette. Joseph, when I first look at roulette table, it is very complicated to look at. What is roulette?
It's a fairly simple game. You'll see the layout with the numbers 0 to 36.
Yeah.
The wheel with the numbers 0 to 36. You're going to get some chips, place some bets, I'll spin the ball. The ball drops in one of your numbers, you're going to win.
It's that simple?
It's that simple.
Brilliant.
The first thing you need to do is to buy in.
I've got £20. Can I have colour? What's colour? Because I want chips.
Okay. Colour are the chips you get on each of the tables, all right? Everyone gets their own colour.
Ah, okay. So you have your own colour, to separate each other's bets from the other person?
So you don't get confused with other people's chips, and we know who's betting where and who's winning where. So in this case, you give me £20, and I'll give you 20 chips.
So one chip, £1?
One chip, £1. It varies on different tables. In ASPERS, it goes from 50p up to £5, and you can choose what level you want to be at. So if you ask for colour at £1, or colour at £2, or colour at £5. But in most cases, they'll give you what the table value is, and in this case, it's £1.
So you've got the flexibility, so if I don't want to have to, I want to play with kind of more chips,
yeah,
I'll go for £1.
Yeah, you go for £1.
Right.
Or if you're feeling luckier, you might go for £5.
As a newbie, I'm happy with this.
It's probably best to start low and build up.
And what's that clear thing you've got there?
This is my dolly.
Why are you bringing your dolly to a casino?
I always bring my toys with me. All right, what it is, I use it to indicate a winning number. So once I've spun the ball and the ball's dropped in, I'll place it on the winning number, I'll call that number, in this case 17 black, and pay whatever bets are on or around it.
Am I allowed to touch your dolly or
No.
not? Right, okay.
No.
I don't want to get in trouble, Joseph.
Once that dolly's on, you're not allowed to touch that number or place bets around that number.
Right.
Okay. And the dealer will pay everybody out in sequence, remove the dolly, and then we'll go on to the next spin. So, after everyone's been paid out, you'll have a few seconds to bet, and then the dealer will spin the ball. Once you've spun the ball, you'll hear, "Place your bets, please." This gives you a chance to bet during the spin.
So as soon as place your bets, you
can bet before then, but the dealer's going to call that as soon as you spun the ball.
And as soon as you remove the dolly off the last chip from the previous game, that means we're now good to go.
Yeah, you can bet on anything then.
Brilliant.
I'll then say, "Last bets, please."
So everyone runs around.
And then with the hand, "No more bets." Then once you hear that "no more bets," you have to start betting.
What happens if I then place chips as soon as you said no more bets?
Well, the dealer will either call a late bet or a no bet, and your chips will pass back to you. And if that number comes in, you're not going to win on it, so it's best not to place any late bets.
So as soon as we see that,
yeah, the big hand sweep,
yeah,
that's when you stop your betting.
So what happens if, with my winning number, I've got my chips on there, but then someone else has their chips on there? Do we have to halve our winnings?
No, you're all going to get paid.
I don't like sharing.
Right.
That's good.
Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is step the bet.
Okay.
And what that does shows the coach at the end of the table whose bets are whose, and shows them nice and clearly. Then I'll pay you out in sequence. Your chips are on top, your yellow chips.
Right.
You got one on the number, so I'll pay you 35 chips for that.
Okay.
Then I'll move on to the brown. In this case, it's 3 on the number, so 105, 335s. I'll pay the brown. Then I'll clean up the bet, take off the dolly, and place your bets then, please. And we go on to the next bit.
And it's good to keep the chips on there just because it's kind of a bit of a good luck thing, maybe.
You didn't lose that chip. That might be a lucky chip, so I wouldn't remove it. But it's your money and your choice.
Okay, I've got my chips. And I'm on a winning streak. I want to stop now. What do I do with this? Do I just give them to you and you give me all my money?
These coloured chips, you need to cash in at the table you've played them on.
Right.
With the dealer. So you pass them over to the dealer and you ask the dealer, "Cash in, please."
Okay, so just quite literally. And you don't pick them up. I can't hand them to you like this.
No, nothing out the hands.
Okay, so can I cash in, please?
Okay. So what I'll do as the dealer, I'll count your chips.
Okay.
In this case, you've got £30.
I did good.
And I'm going to give you cash chips now.
Oh, so you don't give me cash at the table?
These are like the internal currency of the casino.
Right.
You can use them on any table, you can use them in the bar, you can use them in the restaurant. Black ones, £25. Red one's £5. So £30. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So I would take these
Yeah.
to then be cashing if I wanted to.
Well, what you do now, you can either play them on another table or you can take them to the cash desk. They take them to the cash desk and they'll give you real cash for that.
So I couldn't just take my stack, like big stacks, over and get cashed in?
No,
Wouldn't work.
specifically with roulette, these colour chips,
Yeah.
you need to cash in on the table you were playing them and they'll give you cash chips for it.
Something you said there which really excites me. I can use these at a bar, I can...
Anywhere you like in the casino, you can use those.
These are currency in the casino.
It's casino money.
Brilliant. See, getting to sound a lot easier. So, I see numbers, I see
Yeah.
lines. I've got my chip. It's worth £1. How can I win the most amount of money just by placing a £1 chip?
Okay, what's your favourite number?
Let's go for 17,
Okay then, place the chip directly on 17.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what'd happen after you finish betting, I'd spin the ball.
Yeah.
If that ball drops in 17, I place my dolly upon it and you're going to get paid £35 for that chip.
Wow.
So it's 35 to 1 on a straight up.
And that on a roulette table is how you can win the most amount of money.
That's the riskiest bet and it's also the most rewarding bet on a roulette table. It's 35 to 1.
So £1. So again, if I was to put £2 on
Yeah,
top of that,
you get £70 for that.
£3 on top of that.
It's 105.
I can't
We
catch
could do
crowds.
this.
We can do it all day.
Yeah.
You'll always win. That's brilliant.
Okay, there are a few other bets that we need to introduce you to.
Okay.
If you place a chip in between two numbers, if either of those numbers come in this case 16 or 17, that would win you 17 chips. In this case, £17.
So you're halving it, is that what you're
Yeah,
doing?
it's half as much.
So it's half of that £1 chip.
Yeah, half here, and you keep your stake. So you keep your chip if it wins.
So what happens if it was there? Is that still
That's a split as well. So
a split?
either 17 or 20 comes in, then it's again £17.
And so if I put £2 or two, let's do it again with two more chips, that's £3,
Okay,
£1
if
chip.
20 comes in, that's £51 you're going to win there.
Wow.
So it's 3 17s.
And I could do it up and down the table, it doesn't matter where I am.
Between
so it's covering
any two numbers, yeah, between any two numbers is fine. So you can place it all over the layout.
Yep.
Any numbers that you fancy.
So right there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. The next bet is the street.
The street.
The
Why is it called a street?
Because it's a row, a line.
Okay.
So this bet, any of the three numbers come in, so in this case 16, 17 or 18, you're going to get paid 11 to 1 for that.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little bit less because there's more numbers involved. It's a less risky bet.
Oh, right. Okay. So hence why the straight up was so
Yeah,
much,
it pays
because you're only
35
covering
to
one
'cause
number.
More risk, more reward.
So this one, so it's still a £1 chip, but now
Absolutely,
we've
yeah.
got covering those three numbers. And can I move it?
Yeah, you can move it. You think these are any of these streets, so any of these lines?
But can I put street up and down that line as well?
No, you need to put it closest to you on that side, so it's easier for the player to place their bets.
Right. So street is from basically number 1,
Yep.
and I can use the street all the way down to.
Yeah, there are
34.
12 different ones.
Brilliant.
Okay. The next bet.
Yeah.
In between four numbers, so in this case 19, 20, 22, 23, we call that a corner.
Silly question. Is it because it's covering the corners?
Indeed.
Oh, see, that way I could remember it. That's not that complicated.
Well, if you think straight up is a straight up, splits too, a street because it's like a little street, and corner because it's a corner.
See, now it's making sense. So here, with a £1
£1 out.
chip, I've got 19, 20, 22, 23. Is that right?
Yeah, and if any four of those numbers come in, you're going to get paid 8 to 1. So £8 in this case.
I like that.
Yes, all right. There's one more bet that we need to cover
Okay.
as well on the layout.
Right.
Now this covers 6 numbers. It only pays 5 to 1, but
5
there
to
is a
1.
bigger chance of winning. We call that a 6 line. Covers all 6 of these numbers. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24.
So it's in between what, the streets? Is that
yeah,
right?
it's in between the streets,
between-
on the line.
always on the line, and
Yeah.
it always covers the numbers what, either side and down.
It covers all 6 of these numbers. That's why we call it a 6 line. Line and 6 numbers.
So if I move it, where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? Here,
Yep,
I'm covering 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
that's right.
So, from this, from playing in the middle of the table,
Yeah.
where can I go next?
Well, that's the layout. What we're
The
going to do
layout.
now is introduce you to the outsides. And we start with these 6